ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಆತ್ಮ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಓಂ ಗುರು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಗುರುರ್ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಗುರುದೇವೋ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಃ ಗುರು ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ತಸ್ಮೈ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರವೇ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ ತತ್ಸತ್. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ.
Hari Om to all the divine Atma Jyotis. With the grace and blessings of Shri Krishna and our Guruji Shri Prabhuji, Light of the Self Foundation is presenting the teachings of Pratigna Gita of Swami Shivananda. Gita has a message for the solace, peace, freedom and perfection of all human beings. In the Pratigna Gita, the Lord gives his definite word of assurance or promise and exhortation at every step to the spiritual aspirant. From today, we will explore the teachings of each shloka of the Pratigna Gita. Let us now chant these shlokas.
नेहा विक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. Working in the state of consciousness, there is no loss or adverse result, and even a little effort saves one from great danger.
अपि चेदसि पापेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः पापकृत्तमः सर्वं ज्ञानप्लवेनैव वृजिनं सन्तरिष्यसि. Even those who are considered the most immoral of all sinners can cross over this ocean of material existence by seating themselves in the boat of divine knowledge. पार्थ नैवेह नामुत्र विनाशस्तस्य विद्यते न हि कल्याणकृत् कश्चित् दुर्गतिं तात गच्छति. O Partha, one who engages on the spiritual path does not meet with destruction either in this world or the world to come. My dear friend, one who strives for God realization is never overcome by evil.
अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो माम् ये जना पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्. There are those who always think of me and engage in exclusive devotion to me. To them, whose minds are always absorbed in me, I provide what they lack and preserve what they already possess.
क्षिप्रं भवति धर्मात्मा शश्वच्छान्तिं निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे भक्तः प्रणश्यति. Quickly they become virtuous and attain lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that no devotee of mine is ever lost. इहैकस्थं जगत्कृत्स्नं पश्याद्य सचराचरम् मम देहे गुडाकेश यच्छान्यद्द्रष्टुमिच्छसि. Behold now, Arjuna, the entire universe with everything moving and non-moving assembled together in my universal form. Whatever else you wish to see, observe it all within this universal form.
मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामे वैष्यसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोऽसि मे. Always think of me, be devoted to me, worship me, and offer obeisance to me. Doing so, you will certainly come to me. This is my pledge to you, for you are very dear to me. सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Abandon all varieties of dharmas and simply surrender unto me alone. I shall liberate you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear.
Now, let us all enjoy the offerings of each Gita study circle. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. So, today let us discuss the 7th shloka of Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, that is the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This is as follows: Ihaikastham Jagat Krishnam Pashyadya Sacharacham Mamadehe Gudakesha Yachane Dashtumichasi. So Sri Krishna says, in the entire universe, Ihaikastham Jagat Krishnam. So in this universe, Pashyadya Sacharacharam, so all the moving and unmoving. Now, have a look. Mama Dehe, in my body. Behold in my body. Gudakesha, everything moving and unmoving in the world. Yachanya Drashtumichasi. And whatever else you want to see in the world, observe it all in this universal form. Sri Krishna says this after showing Arjuna his Vishwarupa, his universal form. Now, one observation is that after 10 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asks Krishna, please, I want to see your universal form. Now, 10 chapters were where Krishna told him all about Atmajnana, that self is eternal, everything is temporary, all these things. Still, Arjuna had a desire to have a look firsthand what the universal form looked like. So you can say that Arjuna is a Madhyamadikari. That is, a seeker who is not fully mature to understand the first time teaching is told. So a very ripe seeker immediately catch the teaching once it is said. So Shravana Matrena Mukti. So Arjuna asks for a physical verification. So he asks for visual confirmation. Right? Okay, you have said all these things and I see your form as the whole universe. So Krishna says okay. And then he tells that with the physical eyes you cannot see. So I will provide Divya Drishti. So what is this Divya Drishti? So has, somehow Arjuna got some special eyesight where he's seeing in 5D world, time can be moved forward. Suddenly Krishna has grown big because of his eyesight. So Divya Drishti and that too, Krishna is able to provide that technology on demand. So it's not something to do with physical eyes. Divya Drishti, Divya Chakshu, is intellectual, mental, intellectual eyes. Chatma Chakshu or the physical eyes are only designed for Maya. So you can only see duality, you can only see names and forms. With Divya Drishti, that is intellectual purity, intellectual understanding, the same world that you see appears entirely different. In what way? So there is a story of Galileo Galilei. So he was an Italian scientist. and he conducted some experiment and realized. So at that time, people used to believe that the sun goes around the earth because we see it rising up and setting. So he conducted some experiment, observed through a telescope, and found that in fact it is not the sun but the earth that goes around the sun. We live in a heliocentric solar system. And there are many people who do not match his intellectual capability, outcast him from society. But other scientists, people of similar understanding, immediately understood what he was saying. And even though the sun still appears to rise from the same place, they realized that it is the earth actually that is rotating, not the sun. So this is what Divya Drishti is. People who are mature enough to grasp the teaching are able to see the world in its true sense. So Arjuna was not mature enough to immediately grasp it. So Krishna temporarily provided a silence in the mind, temporarily provided clarity in the intellect, purity in the mind, to see the world in its true form, to see his Vishwarupa. Now, what does his Vishwarupa mean? Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkaro. Arjuna saw the manifestation, true manifestation of Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkaro. That is, the world is Vishnu, a form of Vishnu himself. At once, he saw the reality that all objects are Brahman. Everything is a manifestation of the Supreme. He saw the Lord has millions of eyes, infinite heads, infinite limbs. He saw Lord as time, as space. And in fact, it was too much for him. So he got scared. Right? After a part, he felt afraid to see this unbelievable thing. This is similar to how people who did not have that maturity could not see that it's not the sun that goes around the earth. In fact, what Arjuna saw was nothing but the world itself. So he saw the world. There was no special effects. There is no Krishna growing in space. There is no additional limbs. So he saw the world as it is. But Krishna provided Divya Drishti, that is, the intellectual clarity to understand what the world as he sees, what it actually means. Sarvam Karana Brahma is what he saw. So what we witness every day as objects is the Apara Prakriti, that is the material form of the Lord. Arjuna saw the Para Prakriti, that is a transcendental form, the Sat that manifests as everything. He saw the oneness, Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkara. So this Divya Drishti is granted to Arjuna is actually the state of Turiya. So that is he gained access to the super conscious mind. So there is a conscious mind which we all access with. So conscious mind is very, very limited. It can hold a single thought at one time. The subconscious mind is much bigger, much more loaded. The superconscious mind is beyond. It is when there is a deep silence, deep peace, and full awareness, heightened awareness. The superconscious mind, or Turiya. In this state, Arjuna gained temporarily purity and clarity as intuition and insight. So intuition and insight bloomed in him temporarily. And he gained insight into the world as a form of the Lord. Intuitively he saw that all this is the self, is Bhagavan himself. So this is the bliss of deep sleep, that is Sushupti, with the consciousness of Jagrati, waking state. So Jagrata Sushupti is the superconscious state, Turiya. So what is this intuition and insight? Right? The left brain, when a purified left brain gains insight, a clarity in the left brain gains insight. The right brain, with purity, gains intuition. This is the head and the heart. So the head gains clarity and insight. And the heart gains purity and intuition. When this blooms, there is deep peace, silence, and the realization of Aham Brahmasmi and Sarvam Khalidam Brahma. This, in fact, is a state of samadhi. So, Arjuna temporarily went into samadhi. This is what we call as Antar Samadhi and Bahy Samadhi. So, Antar Samadhi is when you are completely cut off from the world and you rest with no awareness of anything as the self. And Bahy Samadhi is when there is a world, there is apparently an object, but there is no duality. So it is oneness and present moment. So you are aware of being aware in the world. So together, when there is Antar Samadhi and Bahy Samadhi, that is Sahaja Samadhi. That is the state of a Jiva Mukta, a Jnana. So Arjuna accessed a small glimpse of that state by the Divya Drishti that Krishna gave. So, does this mean that Vishwarupa Darshana is some one-time spectacle? So, sometime if Bhagavan decides to grace with the Divya Drishti, only then we get to see Vishwarupa Darshana. So that is not the case. With Shravana, Manana, Nisidhyasa, you gain purity of the heart and clarity of the intellect. With clarity and purity, the insight and intuition blooms. And you see oneness in the universe as Sat. You see the world united and one as Sat, as Brahman. As you go again and again into Samadhi, Antar Samadhi, Bahy Samadhi, you practice resting, going back to Turiya again and again. Slowly that comes into your life. That state flows into your life. And finally the state of a Jivan Mukta is Sahaja Samadhi. There is no more practice, there is no Sakhi Bhava. But the oneness and the unity, the Vishwarupa, is lived as you, as a Jnani. So what Arjuna saw is only a shift in understanding. So there is no, what is widely portrayed as some sort of a show, 5D show that he saw suddenly. So Kaurava was being eaten by Krishna. So that is intuition. That was temporarily gained. So seeing the world as Vishwarupa is a shift in understanding. It is clarity in the intellect, and purity of the heart. This is how you can have the Vishwarupa Darshana. Thank you.